Hello guys, watching Go.2, and today I'm going to be doing the top 10 on my favourite stories on New Who. Every story's good because it's my top 10. So yeah, let's get into it. Bad Wolf Parting of Ways. This is a brilliant two-parter. It's so fast and quick, and that is good. That's what we want. There's so much going on. Game stations where the Ninth Doctor, Rose and Captain Jack get abducted from the TARDIS, put in to the weakest link, Big Brother, and some crazy robots beauty contest where Jack breaks out, and of course he's naked, he has a gun from his ass and he shoots them. Brilliant. Very Captain Jack. Rose Tyler, she gets the question wrong at the end with the face of Bo or something like that, and yeah, she's in trouble. They're about to die. Christopher Eccleston pulls a friend from the Big Brother house, gets out because he's had enough. He wants to find the others and get out. And yeah, as he does that, he finds Jack. Jack and Nine go to save Rose, and they're too late. She dies in front of them, as we think from that part of the story. Jack and Nine get arrested. They break out of jail, of course, and then they go up to the top floor with guns blazing and angry that Rose has died. Who the hell is in this game station? Because the Doctor's mad. And so's Jack. Jack finds the TARDIS on the game station so that they can get out if they want to. Nines wants to find out what the hell is going on. And of course, Rose is next to the Daleks. So yeah, they find out that the Daleks are coming and they're kind of behind it all. So the Ninth Doctor's pissed and he's coming to rescue Rose. Then we jump onto the next story where the Daleks shooting the TARDIS. The TARDIS is meant to be exploded again, and it appears on the Dalek ship next to the Emperor Dalek, which is very, very good and interesting, and I love that type of Dalek. It's different. We get a different type of Dalek, which is amazing. And then yeah, they're mad, crazy Daleks from the Time War. Nine is angry and scared and different to what we've seen before. And yeah, so the Doctor gets all the companions, takes them back to the game station and prepares the game station because the Daleks are coming. And no one believes them. The Daleks take over and start killing everyone. The Doctor's building a machine, sends Rose back to planet Earth with a family, and we see their family again, and we get a bit more character developed from Mickey and the rest, and it's interesting. And then Bad Wolf symbols are finally linking up, and Rose comes back and she saves the Doctor. Jack gets exterminated by the Dalek. Rose brings him back so he can't die anymore, bringing that mortality into life. Then we get Christopher Eccleston taking Rose has killed all the Daleks, and Christopher Eccleston absorbing the time vortex, and him about to regenerate, saving Rose's life to sacrifice himself for Rose, really, and change into the next Doctor. Brilliant story, and of course Ninth Doctor was fantastic, and it has to be on this story, even if it's low down on the list. Next up is the 11th Hour. Quick, easy, brief introduction to a new Doctor, and yeah, Matt Smith, he did the role well, amazing. Shame he didn't have much more brilliant writing throughout his run, I think, but I think he was amazing in this, and yeah, just a brilliant story. Briefly going on, the next story is Dalek, another Christopher Eccleston, and the last on the list. Yes, I know it's the last. So many good Christopher Eccleston stories, but it's the last one on my list. Dalek, what more can I say? It's a Dalek trapped in some American place. Or was it a UK place? I forgot. But anyway, no, it's American, because they're taking the mick out of someone for being English. Yeah, the Daleks coming through, killing everyone. We want to see that. We want to see the menace inside of the Daleks. Then Rose touches the Dalek after it's been tortured, brings the Dalek to life, and they have an emotional connection with the Dalek, Rose and the Dalek, really. Christopher Eccleston's first time seeing the Daleks, he's mad and he's angry and he's ready to blow every Dalek he ever sees into Kingdom Come, because he's lost everything because of these Daleks, and the Time War is just happened, so he's mad and he wants to blow it up. He has to let go of Rose to sacrifice to save everyone else, but then he finds out Rose is still alive and he's not going to let her be sacrificed again, so he lets the Dalek in where they are. And yeah, it's a good story. It's a very interesting one with different character developments throughout. I don't know why they brought I don't know his name, Adam, I think it's Adam, along for the next story. That was pointless really, but it shows the Doctor's wrath, I guess, in the next story. But if you do something wrong, you're going to get kicked out, another stupid ape. But yeah, it's very different. A Dalek on its own, showing how menacing it is. And yeah, brilliant, different, and the Dalek kills itself in the end. So it's another shock in how it ends, really. Next up is Blink, and of course Blink is a single-own Doctor Who story. There's no Doctor in this, hardly as much. The 10th Doctor's given a little bit of notes to Sally Sparrow, and Sally Sparrow's on an investigation for these Blink, the Weeping Angels. You blink, you're dead. You turn around, you're dead. They're faster than fast. Weeping Angels are assassins that will come and get you. What better than a stone turning to life and killing you? That's creepy. Moffat at his best. Of course, then we move on to Oxygen. Now, a lot of people don't like 12th Doctor stories. I love 12th Doctor. I think he's amazing. And Oxygen is out there. He goes blind at the end. That's something, and it has consequences, and it's so good. It's so different. And apparently that he was going to go blind, and then they fixed it at the end of the episode, but Moffat was like, no, we'll keep that in and we can sort something out within the other stories, make it have consequences. And that's good. That's what we want. We want consequences throughout the episodes, torturing the Doctor to give him more character development. And Peter Capaldi does the performance so well. Pearl Mackie gets trapped in this suit that doesn't work. Nardole just wants to go home, he's scared, and these zombies coming at them. It is so creepy, so claustrophobic episode where there's not much you can run around and do. And the suits and Oxygen and the future with money, and you're wasting oxygen. That is money, that is precious. We need to kill you because you're costing us, you know, from breathing. That's just boom. Next up is Utopia, Sound of Drums, and The Last of the Time Lords. This is an amazing master story. I love a good John Sims story, and this won't be his last story on the list. Yeah, I love it. I think it's brilliant. I think it's different. And the Time Lords, first look at a Time Lords since the new series, and yeah, the master of evil in Utopia, the humankind coming at them in a dark way, and then the tone shifts when the master comes, and You Are Not Alone speech. It all connects up with The Face of Boe. Series 3, Russell T Davies can just plant stuff and make it all make sense by the end. And then, of course, the Doctor gets trapped, and they use Captain Jack's manipulator because the Master stole the TARDIS and gone to another place, Martha's time. Then we go back to there, and he's the Prime Minister, and he's taken over. He's just made the whole complete life and story fake. He has a Master's wife. He's convinced everyone, and then when he gets the power enough and he's got the right time to do it, he gets the chocolate flame from Utopia, the last of humankind, and brings them back. There's so much detail, there's so much more thinking behind it all, and the Doctor is turned into an old man. The Master has won 1 year into the future, and Martha's looking and spreading the word of the Doctor for the satellites to connect and bring the Doctor back to his normal shape, and him to just take over. That's basically the 3 episodes in one, but more. There's so much more character development. Martha's family getting suffered, and the trauma, the amount of devastation the Master has caused, but gets reversed at the end, but not to this family. Martha's family has suffered, and it's very much Martha's story in a way. Captain Jack is a bonus as always, and yeah, David Tennant's performance in all forms, the little gremlin, the The old man, the Doctor, is amazing. John Sim pulls it off so well with the Master. I absolutely love him, and I wish he would return beyond Series 10. Yeah, what a story. What a three. Russell T Davies putting in all the plots with the Prime Minister's name being Howard Saxon constantly throughout. And yeah, Series 3 wraps up so nicely. Next up is Voyage of the Damned. This is straight after. And yeah, I just love the story. Me and my granddad watched this, and my granddad loved it, and that's what makes it with me. It always makes me think of my granddad now, and I really just enjoy it. There's so much more comedic and fun things, but also high stakes, and yeah, there's so much different stuff happening throughout, with the angels coming and throwing stuff at them and killing them off. The crew members that survived are getting killed by the people that they served. You know, the angels served the customers, and now the angels are going to kill them off because they survived, all because of Max Capricorn and his just wanting to make money. Really, he kills half of the Earth, or most of the Earth, and he also kills the Titanic. Obviously, the Doctor stops that. We also get a little cameo from the Queen. It's probably not the real Queen. It won't be the real Queen, but it's nice. First glimpse at Wilfred. Now that is an amazing character. Next up is Turn Left, Stolen Earth, and Journey's End. Now, this is a three-parter. I class it as a three-parter. Yeah, it's brilliant. It's different. I've said different quite a lot, haven't I? And I've said brilliant. But they all are. They're all brilliant. Russell T Davies can plant stuff, as he normally does, the Dr. Donna. And Turn Left, we see the Doctor die in a way we've never seen before. Him dead, and we see reality in a different way. If the Doctor weren't there, all of the Doctor's friends and companions would sacrifice themselves to save, because they know the Doctor taught them well. But no one left to defend the Earth. The Earth is getting destroyed. The stars are going out. It's bleak. It's horrible. And the thing on the back of Donna is a bit weird. And yeah, it's a nice turn left. It's a thing that could probably never be done again in Doctor Who, and it's only Doctor Who could do it. Then we move on with the Bad Wolf. Rose telling them Bad Wolf, so the Doctor knows there's a warning, the end of the universe. Doctor goes into the next episode. Earth's being taken out of place. The Doctor's stuck in the TARDIS until he gets a phone call. All the companions joining together. Daleks blasting out the Earth. People suffering, people dying, families refusing to get out their homes, so the Daleks blow up their homes. The Daleks are menacing in this. The Daleks are the masters of Earth, as they finally keep on saying, and they actually are the masters of Earth now, and they can do whatever they want with it. They've got the detonation bomb, which wipes out every cell, every existing living thing existing apart from the Daleks. So the Daleks will be the only existing thing in the universe. And Davros, the first time seeing him, and he is menacing, scary as a child. Not scary now, but as a kid, you would think, oof, he's a creepy bastard. But yeah, he is amazing in this. The person who plays Davros, and he is a threat to be reckoned with, and he tries to make the Doctor see his true self with making people turn into weapons, and that makes the Doctor affected, you know. Also, all the Doctor's companions get trapped on the spaceship. They're all together, they all work out. As soon as Donna comes, saves the day, flicks a few switches, blows up, makes the Daleks twist around. There's a new Doctor as well. There's a human Metacrisis Doctor, 2 David Tennants. What more can you ask for? The Metacrisis Doctor hasn't been changed by Rose with the 9th Doctor, so he switches a few switches and blows up all the ships. And Davros names him, never forget Doctor, you did this, destroyer of worlds, and it does affect the Doctor, and it makes him sad to hear that from an enemy, but still. Also, we've got them good compatriots. The last ever time Sarah Jane is in Doctor Who, which is sad. Captain Jack's last full-on story as well, really. It's a lot of endings, really. It's the last time they all join together, as it was meant to be, because David Tennant was meant to be leaving. Of course, David Tennant got killed by Dalek and regenerated into himself, but he is leaving soon to regenerate into Matt Smith. Next up is waters of Mars. Oh, this is a brilliant story. So, one drop, and you turn into these affected creatures that are on Mars, and they want to get to Earth. They want to infect everyone. They want to be the impossible. You're on a ship in the future. It's a fixed point in time. We all know about that in Doctor Who, especially in David Tennant era. He can't do anything. It's a fixed point in time, and of course, the Doctor can't just stand by and watch these people die. So he fights back, and he turns into the Time Lord Victorious, which is definitely very scary. David Tennant at the end. He can do whatever he likes. He has gone too far. He has brought these people to life, and they're meant to be dead. And of course, the main person, I've forgotten her name, she shoots herself because she's meant to die. She's meant to make her ancestors, I don't know what you say, her future grandchildren, go out into the stars because of her death. So she makes that fix. She kills herself, so the Doctor is wrong and he's gone too far. Leading into my next favourite story of all time, End of Time, Part 1 and Part 2. Oh my god, I love this story. A lot of people hate it. It's another John Sim. I told you he's returning, and he's returning again later on. Yeah, he's turned everyone into the Master. He's broke out. Wilf returns. Love companion Wilf. He should have been more into it. David Tennant's last one, he's upset. He's gonna go. He feels like death is coming. And Fornox is definitely there in the background. And Time Lords, yes, finally, Rassilon, everything we always wanted. The Time Lords are back, they're menacing, they are coming to wipe out everything and be the masters of the Earth, the masters of everything, creation, you name it. The Time Lords will be victorious again. And of course, the Doctor will not let that happen, and he has to fight the Time Lords and the Master at his final story and surviving if he can. And of course, he doesn't. He's been beaten up by the Master, he's been locked up. Donna hasn't transformed, so his friend's been threatened. The Doctor's been fully just weak throughout this whole story, and in a good way. He's been destroyed. He's fighting back. Then Wilfred, that plot twist at the end, which was mind-blowing. You think it's the Master, and it's not. It's Wilf knocking to get out of that radiation thing. That is a twist and a half. The Doctor defeats... the Master defeats Rassilon because they put something in his head, and suddenly the Master has a bigger threat than the Doctor, and he wants to destroy Rassilon for this. They go off back to the Time War, and it's just the Doctor left and Wilfred knocking, and the Doctor has to change. He absorbs the radiation so Wilf doesn't die, and he sees all his companions one last time, and this is the last time we see Sarah Jane. It's the last time we see Captain Jack, from little cameos throughout, and the Doctor says goodbye. I don't want to go. Amazing, and blows up the TARDIS. My childhood is destroyed then. Of course, next up is the final episode, my top 10, my number 1 slot. World Enough and Time, Doctor Falls, Twice Upon a Time. The Master's back, 2 Masters, Mondasian Cybermen, 2 Doctors. I'm counting this as a 3-parter because it is. I feel like it is, and maybe you don't, but I do. I think this is an amazing story of the 12th Doctor refusing to regenerate. My favourite Doctor, a regeneration story. Bill turned into a Cyberman. The darkness at the beginning is creepy and scary, and the Master misguise. I can't say the word. Bill, Nardal are amazing in this. Nardal's so funny and comedic, but also permission to kick the Doctor's ass. Humans. There's like foster placement with full of kids, and they have to save the kids because the Cybermen want to upgrade the kids and stuff, and then the Cybermen give up and then bring all their reinforcements to blow up the floor and stuff like that, and the Doctor has to sacrifice himself. He gets the kids away, he tries to fix Bill, but he can't. Bill gives up and says, that's it, we've got to make a stand. Bill goes and sacrifices herself, killing all these Cybermen, blasting them up, and comes back to the Doctor to find the Doctor dead. But also Nardell is saying goodbye to the Doctor and Bill is heartbreaking and upsetting. And then he goes off to help the kids, even though he doesn't want to, until the Doctor makes a big speech, as you do, because the 12th Doctor speeches. Also, 12th Doctor, his last story, his last amazement, his last stand, the Doctor falls, and he literally does. He's blasting all these Cybermen because he knows it's right. He asks for the Master's help and Missy's help, and them two together are amazing and so different. Two Masters. They refuse, they go off together, and then they kill themselves. The perfect death for the Master and Missy. The Master kills Missy, Missy kills the Master. She stabs him, he shoots her. And Missy wants to help the Doctor because she's finally turned good. And without witness, without reward, the Master kills Missy, so she doesn't get to help the Doctor. And the Master regenerates into Missy. Yeah, I wish we could have seen that on screen though. The Master turn into Missy, that would have been nice. But I suppose he could always return. Hopefully, Johnson, come on. Also, but it's a perfect death. I wouldn't mind if they just died there and we never saw the Master again, because that is a perfect death. But of course, it's the Master. He returns. He's the mischief of evil. He's the Loki of the Doctor universe. And then, of course, the Doctor, final store, blasting all these Cybermen, giving all these one-liners, cameos, and saying Doomsday, even on the moon, stuff like that. And he gets shot down. Cybermen are killing him. And I am the Doctor, and he gets killed again, and he's like, alright, I've got to blow this floor up now. He does the Sonic, he blows up the floor. Stars, I hope there'd be stars, and you just think, that's so sad. And you're just like, oh, 12, be alive, be safe. And he's dying, he's dead, he dies. The Doctor dies until Bill puts a tear on him to bring him back to life. Of course, the Puddle Girl saves Bill, brings the Doctor back into the TARDIS. They go off together. Bill says goodbye to 12 as asleep. The Doctor wakes up and refuses to regenerate, leading us in to the next story. We see cameos of all the companions as well. Then we lead into the next story of the first Doctor. David Bradley does an amazing performance on this. Yes, he does do some 60s references, even though he's a Time Lord and he shouldn't be doing some sexist jokes, but Moffat wrote him, you know. But other than that, you get past that. It's an amazing story because there's not a threat, there's no villain, and that's different until we go into series 11 where every monster's not a threat. That's just boring as hell. But for this, there's not actually a villain. It's just the 12th Doctor and the first Doctor persuading each other to change, really. And we have a World War soldier that gets caught up in the mix. They try and place the World War soldier back into World War One, where they are on Christmas fighting. The Doctor changes the time a little bit so the World War soldier can live, with the German soldier living as well, which are actually two writers of the show, which is a little Easter egg if you get the references of the two writers, which is nice. And to have him in final story of 12 and the final story of Moffat. The first Doctor will regenerate, and he gets persuaded by 12, and that's nice. And then 12 accepts he has to change eventually after he sees a little cameo from Clara, and sees a cameo from Nardell, and Bill's been persuading him throughout the episodes. And that's nice to have Bill back one last time, one last hurrah for the 12th Doctor. He's technically on his own in this story. There's no one actually alive. These are all past people, past World War soldiers, his past self, his past friends that are not actually there because they're glass and memories. It's all surrounded by memories, this story. And it's a nice final ending to the 12th Doctor. It's a nice book ending, and it's everything the 12th Doctor story's been for the last 3 seasons of the show. Am I a Good Man? Him not being able to hug Clara, but by the end, his last story, he's hugging and he's love and life, and he doesn't want to change. Because he's had enough. He's fed up of life because everyone's died. He's on the battlefield and he's fed up. But then he goes into the TARDIS. He says his last lines, "Doctor, I let you go," and changes. And then we head in with the woman Doctor and flick a few switches. The TARDIS blows up, ready for a new TARDIS for the woman Doctor. The 12th Doctor era has come to an end, and she falls out of TARDIS. There we go. That is my top 10. I've just basically described the stories, but they're all incredible, different, fun, interesting, and yeah, that has been my top 10 stories of New Who, my favourites. And yeah, I'll be doing more stuff like this, so don't forget to comment down below, subscribe, and put your favourite stories or favourite top 5, one, I don't know. Just get involved, you know. Go Doctor Who is back. I'm going to be doing more videos. One video on a Sunday every week. I will do it on a Saturday and upload it on a Sunday. So yeah, maybe you'll get two videos if you're lucky. But yeah, once a week, every Sunday. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!